I'd like to greet all human beings all around the world with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. Tonight happened to be Saturday, November the 21st, 2020. Time for the change, time for the vision, time for certain people to wake up. It's about 7:14 p.m. When I said I greet all human beings with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you, it doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor religious beliefs may be. It doesn't matter even if you're the richest to the poorest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't even matter whether you the proclaimed toughest to the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. I greet you, or whether you my family, friends, or my proclaimed enemies. I greet all of you all with that same universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. Briefly, what I want to talk about, it's a couple of things. One, I just want to tell black people and Spanish people, I'm going to address all people, but black people and Spanish people, to be aware is to be alive. I'm going to say that again. Black people and Spanish people, to be aware is to be alive. Pay attention. The global world current events. You see, it's bad enough that blacks is killing blacks and Spanish is killing Spanish. All we got to do is look in Chicago. You don't have to look into all the other states and see how many blacks is being killed every day in Chicago. You take a look and see how many blacks is getting carjacked by other blacks. See how many of our children is getting killed. I want to show you something recently where I believe it was in either California or Texas. A police officer was getting gas and he was talking, he had his uniform on. He was talking to a sheriff deputy for some reason God allowed their camera to be on. And this police officer told this white sheriff deputy, you can hear it clear. You can see the photo, the picture, the video at the gas pump. This is recently, y'all. He told him, he said, the blacks is the worstest race. He said every time we got a call, he said ain't a white male shooting a white male. It's always a black. He said they're the worstest. Now he being suspended right now, and the sheriff deputy, his response was, If his response was, he's agreeing. Ain't nothing being done to him right now. That just go to show you, you got, and there's another incident. Just recently, the federal government, it took the FBI to arrest 4 white individuals in North Carolina. Get this, 3 of them is United States Marines. 2 of them was already out of the Marines, and the 3rd one just got out of the Marines September of 2020. That's why I say 2020, time to change, time for a vision. Guess what they got arrested for? They was making guns. They was making weapons. Now they ain't in the United States Marines. They was in the United States Marines. They learned how to kill. Supposed to be the enemy. But guess who their enemy was? They the same ones that my dad was fighting against in World War II. They white supremacists. So all law enforcement officials, it's not bad whether they government or not. Because if it was, they would allow these individuals to still function. This message should touch you blacks out there that study killing blacks. This message should touch you Spanish people that's out there study killing Spanish people. And 2 nights ago, if y'all watch my videos, if you don't watch my YouTube videos, watch Raymond, Raymond, Ivy. I get up sometime 2, 3 o'clock in the morning to ride around in the neighborhood here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County. Because there's no question or doubt to me that Ku Klux Klan activity is from the courthouse, you see what I'm saying, to the streets. And you got black leaders that's in the NAACP, black preachers, even black retired military people that help cover up this down here in Charleston, Missouri. If they say they don't, all you got to do is look at their record to see what they doing about a police station, a police force here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County, where the population is 5,947 people, 51% black, and you only got 1 black police officer on the force. And I don't care who get mad about it, he don't even believe he black. You see what I'm saying? So we ain't got no blacks on the police department as far as police. You got a sheriff department with not 1 black sheriff deputy, no Spanish sheriff deputies, no Spanish police. But let me tell you what I seen 2 nights ago about 4 o'clock in the morning. Ain't no question of doubt about it. Seen 2 police cars parked on Main Street, on the north side of Main Street. A little bit past north of the post office. They was parked on the west side of the street. Main Street is the dividing line of east and west. When you come to the west side, you're talking about 99% black. But I seen what I felt was Ku Klux Klan activity. You see what I'm saying? I'm watching them as I go north on Main Street. One of them waved at me. It seemed like they trying to check doors downtown, but they can't protect the black neighborhood. I turn around and go down that same street. It wasn't even a minute. They done disappeared. So it's a building there that just been structured. I believe it was Ku Klux Klan activity going on in that building. You see, the police, most of them here, with the chief of police, with the sheriff here in Mississippi County, they done show what they about. But I'm going to tell y'all, black folks and Spanish folks, wake up. You see what I'm saying? Everybody in them uniforms, they ain't for you. Everybody in that military ain't for you. Everybody in them churches, them black churches ain't for you. All you got to do is take inventory. You see, 90% of the black preachers here in Charleston, Missouri, I know they ain't for the black community. The NAACP here in Charleston, Missouri, I know they ain't for the black community. These people that's getting these government grants, I know they ain't for the black community. But let me show y'all something now. Blacks, you got to wake up. Look here, I believe it was in Louisiana, I'm not for sure. My young daughter just told me, 15 years old, about the young 15-year-old boy who a white female and her white son or daughter came to pick the little 15-year-old black boy up from his father's house to take him to his mother's house. He came up missing, and guess what? They found him in a sugarcane field in some muddy water. It looked like he'd been burnt up. Take you back to what they did 15-year-old Emmett Till. Black folks, Spanish folks, stop leaving your little kids in your cars while you going into 7-Eleven and going into these other restaurants. When somebody run off with their car, whoever ran off with their car when you left that child in there, the police should charge you as well as the one that took off with their car. That's ignorance with what's going on in this world. And I don't care who you is. If you wouldn't have left that child, a 3 and 4 year old child, in the car to go in a 7-Eleven or go in a restaurant to get something to eat, the child would never been kidnapped. And this black man who left his little infant child in the car, he had a new car. The car doors locked. He couldn't get him out. He didn't have another key. He called him for a tow truck. The police said, let's bust the window. He didn't want to bust the window because he said it ain't insured. He called his wife. She told him to bust the window. He didn't bust the window. Guess what? The baby died because this Negro was more concerned about the doggone window than his own child. They should give him life in prison without a possibility of parole. Black folks, wake up. We got too many enemies, man. Spanish folks, wake up. We got too many enemies, man. Y'all try to enjoy Thanksgiving. But when you celebrating Thanksgiving, black folks, don't celebrate Thanksgiving because of what the tradition is. If you look at the tradition of Thanksgiving, when they first started the first Thanksgiving in the 1700s, they were celebrating the harvest. They was. You see what I'm saying? The savages that had black folks into slavery, they were celebrating the harvest. They didn't plant, nor did they dig up the plants. The black folks did it, and guess what they paid them? They didn't pay them nothing. Raping and killing us just like they did in 1619. Wake up, folks. Try to enjoy your holidays, but be safe. Don't trust everybody with a badge. If your police put the lights on and you in a dark spot, call another police or 911 and give it a slow roll to a light somewhere, y'all, so you can know that you're safe. Try not to drive alone. Teach your children self-defense, y'all. Instead of teaching your daughters how to do ballet, teach them some martial arts. Teach them how to defend themselves. Teach them how, if they have to, take a life if they're trying to take theirs. Peace be still.